Mehdi Karoubi wrote a letter to Ali Motaheri, a representative of the parliament in Tehran. Mr. Karoubi asked Motaheri to pursue his right to a public trial on his behalf in accordance with Article 168 of the Iranian Constitution. Amir Salar Davoudi, one of Sohail Arabi's lawyers, condemned the lies published by the websites controlled by the security agencies whilst announcing that he will complain about these websites. During the past week, Ayatollah Al-Azami Sanei gave the following answer when asked a question regarding the government's responsibility towards homeless people. He emphasized that, although people can help the poor and homeless by donations, in reality, it is the government's duty to overcome this problem as they have access to more facilities. 29 political prisoners in the central prison of Urumiyeh have been on a hunger strike for the last 9 days. One of these prisoners was exiled to the Mahabad prison. On Monday the 1st of December 2014, citizens of the Qut Abdullah region of the city of Ahvaz, also known as Karun, formed a gathering in front of the governor in order to protest against the government officials who ignored the rights of the residents in this region. Furthermore, following the hunger strikes of the prisoners in Urumiyeh prison, some of the prisoners in Rajai Shah prison of Karaj, Zahedan, Sanandaj and other prisoners in the south region of Iran started the hunger strikes in order to show their support. Prior to these hunger strikes, political prisoners of Urumiyeh prison protested by going on a hunger strike in order to stop discriminatory and inhumane practices on them.
On Sunday the 30th of November, Ali Ghazali, the head of the Baztab and the Ayande online website, was arrested by intelligence officers.
Furthermore, the Vice President for Women and Family Affairs announced that 32 volumes of the results from the National Survey forms of violence against women have gone missing and that they have not been able to find any copies or traces of these books anywhere in the Ministry Office or the Department of Women and Family Affairs. Furthermore, with the interference of the Department of the Leadership Representative, female students were prevented from entering the university sports hall in the University of Noushiravani in the city of Babol.
On Tuesday the 27th of November, Mahtab Afshari, one of the teachers of Erfan-e-Halqeh, was arrested in her classroom. On the morning of Saturday the 29th of November, 2 Baha'i citizens by the names of Nushin Misaghi and Sohaila Aqdasi were arrested at their home and transferred to the Urumiyeh prison in order for them to carry out their sentences. The 2 Baha'i citizens were sentenced to 6 months imprisonment on charges of propaganda against the regime. During the past week, Hamid Reza Moradi Sarvestani, one of the Dervish's rights activists in the Evin prison, was admitted to hospital in order to track the condition of his illness after an interruption in the course of his treatment. Farid Aqsani, a Baha'i citizen in the city of Urumiyeh, introduced himself to the Urumiyeh prison in order to serve his 3-year imprisonment sentence.
The concessionaire and the managing director of the Jahesh student newspaper of the University of Shahrud have been prevented from any news-related activities for the last 7 months. It is said that one of the main reasons for this decision was because of Dr. Fateh's complaint regarding this publication, who is the president of the university. The employer of the Azad Dam project, based on the road leading from Sanandaj to Marivan, has fired 70 of his tunnel unit workers and has sent another 20 workers of the same unit on a compulsory leave without receiving their wages and benefits until May next year. The reason given for this action is said to be due to the start of the cold winter season. Nearly 150 municipal green space workers in Marivan have been left unemployed since last month due to the termination of their employment contract. Furthermore, on Tuesday the 2nd of December 2014, the Secretariat of Labour reported that at least 300 workers of Rock Ceramic in Shah Reza, which is based in the Isfahan province, have been fired. The 70th day of the deferred wages of 1,400 mine workers in the east region of Alborz has passed.
According to reports, following the hundreds of Ahvaz citizens who gathered in support of the Karun River, undercover police officers attempted to arrest a number of the protesters. The prosecutor of the Joghatai County announced that a 20-year-old accused of immoral acts was publicly executed by hanging. Furthermore, Reza Karim Dadzehi, a prisoner with drugs-related charges, was hanged in the central prison of Kashan. A defendant who 10 years ago attacked a young individual by acid has been sentenced to retribution of his right eye and left ear and the compensation payment towards the costs of the surgery. Reports suggest that after the series of acid attacks in the city of Esfahan, many other women have been attacked in the city of Jahrem in the Fars province, except that this time they have been attacked by knife instead of acid. So far, 11 women and young girls have been victims of these knife attacks to the hip area, which has brought fear to the city. A 22-year-old who was arrested said in his confession that he attempted to attack women and girls after listening to one of the clergymen who had announced that it is permissible to hurt and make women bleed who are inappropriately dressed. The 22-year-old added that his aim was to act practically towards what is known as forbidding the evil. According to the death sentence given by the head of the judiciary due to the incident that occurred in the Shahid Beheshti Hospital on the morning of Saturday the 29th of November 2014, Mr. S.E.F. had his death sentence carried out in the central prison of Qom by the request of his avenger of blood. On Tuesday the 2nd of December 2014, 3 men and a woman were hanged in the central prison of Urumia, 3 prisoners were hanged in the central prison of Bandar Abbas, and 11 prisoners were hanged in the Ghazal Hesar prison of Karaj. This makes a total of 18 drug-related prisoners who were hanged in one day. Last week, 2 poets and a documentary filmmaker were sentenced by the Revolutionary Court on charges of propaganda against the regime through working with a singer from outside of Iran. Gholam Hossein Mohseni Azei announced and approved the sentences of the defendants in the Supreme Court who participated in the acid attacks in Esfahan. He also stated that these 2 defendants will soon be punished under an eye-for-an-eye ruling. On Wednesday the 3rd of December, Mohammad Moqaddam, a civil rights activist, was arrested by the security forces and taken to an unknown location.
Leftover mortar shells from the Iran-Iraq war exploded recently in one of the villages called Dastak Olia, which caused the death of a mother and a child. Other children were injured as a result of this incident. Furthermore, Iran's head of welfare said that the number of homeless women is on the rise, and this matter should be dealt with special attention. The students of a school in a village called Gidari Shadegan are deprived from the most basic educational facilities.